Taking a look at today's interest rate markets, let's look at the 10-year note futures as they're recovering once again today. 10-year note futures trading higher for a second session, and today we're looking at the futures market moving back towards that 108 handle, currently priced at 107.29. So a few ticks away from the 108 handle, but nonetheless pushing back in to the 2-week range really here the last couple days after falling out of that range late last week, or I should say in the middle of last week, where we did see the futures markets push back down towards the 107 handle, the lower end of the 107 handle. Recovery here, and now with today's price action, we're seeing yields and price action back within the range over the last couple of weeks. And when you look at some of the driving factors today, really I think it's digestion of the PCE data from last Friday, coming in line with expectations. Again, we did have some higher inflation data earlier in the week, but at least for the short term, the data was in line with increased expectations, and I think now the markets are having a chance to think about it and digest it, that it's creating some buying pressure short term. Couple that with repositioning ahead of the Fed announcement on Wednesday. Now the expectations are the Fed is going to stand pat, but certainly will probably have some discussion as to their expectations moving forward, and I think the markets are seeing some adjustments in price action ahead of that release on Wednesday. Now looking at the yields today, we're looking at the 10-year yield down 5 basis points to 462 basis points today. So coming off those recent highs where we did see yields push up to the highest level in about 5 months, but now coming back, at least for the short term, into the lower end of the 460 handle when you look at the yield component. And also we're seeing the yield curve move lower pretty much from across the board today, from the 2-year all the way out to the 30-year. We're seeing yields down anywhere from 2 to 4 or 5 ticks depending on where they fall within the yield curve. But some higher price action from the 2-year all the way out to the 30-year today, and decreasing yields for a second session, with the 10-year yield now coming in 5 basis points today, and we're seeing price action now pushing up towards the middle of the range here for the last couple of weeks.